In Fort Myers tonight, the streets will be taken over by light. We'll tell you all the ways you can celebrate the Edison Festival of Light today. And it's something out of a Fast and Furious movie. Hear from the homeowner reacting to this shocking video captured on her security camera.
Having a good time.
Yeah, enjoying time together.
And also staying safe. The rules Marco Island needs you to follow if you plan on hitting the beach this President's Day weekend.
Plus, it is a hot day across the Gulf Coast. We're going to tell you what you need to know if you're headed out to the Savannah Bananas game or even the Edison Festival of Lights Parade. Next in your Gulf Coast forecast.
Live, the news you count on. Gulf Coast News Today.
We're taking a live look at Sanibel for the start of your President's Day weekend. Good morning and thanks for watching Gulf Coast News Today. I'm Samantha Romero. And we have all your top stories this morning, but first, let's check with Joshua Cole for your Gulf Coast News forecast. Joshua, I want to know tonight, are we going to be sweating for that Festival of Light Parade?
Oh, you definitely are going to be. Yeah, and you better say hello to us if you are coming out there, because Samantha and I are both going to be walking in the parade. But we also got the Savannah Bananas playing. That's why we're looking at JetBlue Park right now. Can you imagine this entire stand packed of people sweating? That's exactly what it's going to be as we get into the upper 80s today. I'll tell you, when we finally get a cool down going into next week, that's coming up in our Gulf Coast forecast.
And the Edison Festival of Light continues today, and there are tons of events that you can check out to celebrate. This morning, the festivities start with Crafts on the River happening today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. along Edwards Drive in Fort Myers. The event features local art, crafts, and so much more. You don't want to miss it. Also today, there will be a Festival of Light Parade party. It's happening at Millennial Brewing Company along Royal Palm Avenue in Fort Myers from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. today. This event features free bounce houses, food trucks, and much more. And happening today is the Edison Festival of Light 5K Run. The run starts at 5:15 p.m. Packet pickup starts at 4 p.m. The 5K route is on your screen right now. Runners and spectators will take over the streets of downtown River District this evening for the run. And finally, the Grand Parade will happen tonight from 7 to 10. The 2-hour extravaganza will take over Edwards Drive and the downtown River District, featuring national participants, local marching bands, floats, local government and law enforcement officials, and Gulf Coast News will also be there. And this morning, we're starting with the Arts and Crafts by the River event. Gulf Coast News reporter Kennedy Mason is live in downtown Fort Myers, showing us the preparations. With all the festivities, there is important parking information that you need to know if you're planning on heading into downtown Fort Myers today. The City of Palms Garage will stay open until 3:30 p.m. today, then it will be closed until midnight. The Main Street Garage will be accessible until 10 this morning, then it'll be closed at midnight too. As for traffic impacts, the roads in the direct downtown area of Fort Myers will close by 8 this morning, reopening after midnight. And at 2:30 p.m., the US 41 bridge traffic will detour off the bridge southbound onto McGregor and be directed down to Brahman to get to Cleveland Avenue. From south going north, they will be detoured at Hanson Street and taken over to go north over the Edison Bridge. Also, the Fort Myers Regional Library will close at 3 o'clock today due to the festivities downtown. And organizers say over 200,000 people are expected to attend the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade today, so safety is top priority for Fort Myers Police. Police say they're not changing any safety measures. They will continue to use their security towers as an extra set of eyes. They will also use barricades to prevent cars from coming toward the crowds. And due to the terror attacks in New Orleans on New Year's, Cape Coral Police and the Lee County deputies will help out.
A lot of the things that we've done before, we've continued to do, like going out, doing a threat assessment whenever we're having one of these big events, establishing what our needs are.
Police say if you see anything unusual, to say something. The parade will kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. And caught on camera. A reckless driver speeds through a Cape Coral neighborhood, losing control and slams into a mailbox, sending it soaring through the air. You could see it right there. Wow. Gulf Coast News reporter Madison Adams spoke with a homeowner who's reacting to this shocking footage.
Watch as a reckless driver speeds through a Cape Coral neighborhood, loses control, and slams into a mailbox, sending it soaring through the air.
And I was kind of shaking, to be honest, just to realize that that happened in front of my house.
This is what's left of Holly Schillinger's mailbox. She's now replaced it with a new one. Around 2:30 Thursday afternoon,
My husband just texted me that our mailbox was missing.
Schillinger checked her security cameras, which captured shocking footage. A Nissan Altima zooming down Southeast 4th Terrace near Cultural Park like it was in a Fast and Furious movie. Schillinger says the car is clearly over the speed limit, smashing right through her mailbox.
My mailbox ended up 20 feet away from where it was when I left this morning. It's still over there in the yard.
The driver of the Nissan Altima didn't even stop after destroying her mailbox and crashing into the empty lot. The driver instead took off, leaving this piece of the Nissan Altima behind. Schillinger.
And a Port Charlotte high school student is accused of taking a BB gun to school. A staff member notified a school resource officer after seeing a student with what looked like a gun. Charlotte County deputies arrested 18-year-old Jeremiah Bernardez after finding the BB gun in his backpack. He told deputies he found it and forgot that it was in his bag.
Well, I always feel like the word is out, like we're having another meeting on it. Another decision needs to be made, right? And that's what we keep waiting for.
From your Cape Coral News team, we're one step closer to seeing some progress at the Cape Coral Yacht Club. A new permit will help get construction started at the yacht club soon. And for people who live in the Cape, they have been waiting to see the yacht club and pier rebuilt since Hurricane Ian destroyed the place back in 2022. Friday, Gulf Coast News spoke with city council members about why it's taking the city so long to start the process of rebuilding. And they tell us after months of waiting, the city finally has a key permit from the Department of Environmental Protection. It will allow them to add about 50 more boat slips to the yacht club, and there will be more than 200 slips available.
This is huge for us. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection was the real identifying piece to make the permit process for the Army Corps of Engineers all come together. We're moving as fast as we can. I can promise you that. I'm not letting off the gas, and we're going to get this done here pretty soon.
It feels good. I'm glad to hear it, but I really want to see some progress. I want to see some movement over there and get this going for our communities.
The city says this means they're one step closer to breaking ground at the yacht club. The city also telling us they expect the Army Corps of Engineers to issue a final permit to the city by April. And happening this morning, you have a chance to meet with the Savannah Bananas and their rivals, Party Animals, and get your morning coffee. You can head to the Dunkin' on Colonial Boulevard, where players will take over the store and work the drive-through, where you and your family can meet the players, take pictures, get your branded swag signed. It's only happening from 9 this morning until 11 today. And while the Savannah Bananas are in town, it's drawing crowds to restaurants along the Gulf Coast. I saw this myself last night at the Saucy Meatball Kitchen. It was slammed. Friday night, for the first time the Bananas were in town. The kitchen too, the dining room was packed. Also with a Valentine's Day rush and the Savannah Bananas in town, both of those combined made the energy top off the charts, setting a wild tone for the weekend ahead.
I'm staffed up. I have an army in there, and they kick butt. They're trained. I've been open for 7 years now, so they kind of know what to expect.
And the Bananas are just getting started. Their games run through the weekend at JetBlue Park, bringing even more excitement to the Gulf Coast. So expect businesses to be packed and much more traffic off Daniels Parkway. And the recent egg shortage has people scrambling for solutions. But coming up, what you need to know if you plan on raising your own backyard chickens. Take a look at this. Egg bandits were caught stealing swans in Polk County. Deputies say the thieves took 2 black swans and 4 of their eggs from a trailer park in Lakeland. And deputies are now looking for the birds and their eggs. And with the price of eggs soaring, some people are thinking about getting their own chickens, while having hens in your backyard may sound like a good idea. There are rules and regulations. Lee County says the legality is different depending on where you live.
Whoever wants chickens will buy them. Whoever doesn't won't, until they get fined or somebody takes them away.
Lee County says backyard chickens are also permitted in unincorporated areas in designated agricultural districts.
Would you ever own chickens?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. I have friends that do it. It's not for me.
See, I want to think that I could, but I also have dogs and cats who I know that it just would be a huge mess.
Yeah, cats and dogs, no.
No,
Dogs and chickens.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it, but they are so sweet and cuddly. I would love to. Maybe you want to go outside for the parade, maybe a Savannah Bananas game.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm jealous you got to kind of go be with all the excitement
It was
yesterday.
so exciting. Seeing the bustling restaurants, that was amazing.
And a good place too, Italian food and pizza. Oh my goodness. Well, let's look at our Gulf Coast forecast here, looking live from JetBlue Park, where we got the Savannah Bananas playing later on today, but it is going to be a super, super hot one out there for us, getting up into the 80s. That's a look at your Gulf Coast forecast.
And remember, for breaking news, weather information, and news online 24 hours a day, head to our website, Gulf Coast News Now, and on our mobile app, free to download.
Having a good time. Yeah, enjoying time together.
If you're heading to Marco Island this President's Day weekend, be prepared for big crowds and limited parking. Beaches will be packed, and finding a spot may be challenging for many visitors. So South Beach was full with visitors and residents on Friday enjoying the sand and sea. With more people on the island, police are reminding people to follow beach rules. No littering, no glass, dogs, bikes, or fires on the sand.
Here on Marco Island, we have pedestrians, bicyclists, low-speed vehicles, and vehicles. Understanding that traffic safety is public safety, take a few minutes to make sure the roadway is safe before you cross or enter an intersection.
Riding the waves. Yeah. And making stuff in the sand.
Yeah, riding the waves. Yeah.
And a reminder, a sound ordinance kicks in at 10 p.m. and parking at businesses for beach access is not allowed. After 2 years of waiting, Marco Island boaters finally have their public boat ramp back. Caxamba's boat ramp, which was destroyed by Hurricane Ian, will reopen today. The newly renovated ramp has new docks and a sitting area, but it's only for recreational boats. Marco Island next will be working on replacing the fuel system that Ian destroyed. That's supposed to be done later this year. Governor Ron DeSantis is pushing for more money to pay first responders across the state. The governor says he's pushing for nearly $120 million to pay increases. They would go to more than 4,700 state law enforcement officers and more than 700 firefighters.
This would mean a 20% pay increase for state entry-level LEOs and a 25% pay increase for veteran sworn LEOs that have been protecting our communities obviously already. And then all of our state firefighters will also get a 25% pay increase. So we think these are important vocations. We want to make sure that we're keeping good talent.
The governor is asking lawmakers to approve the raises as a part of the upcoming budget. And a longtime Miami Heat fan made it to her first game this week at 99 years old. Check this out, Marie Paredes will be 100 in May, and her nephew wanted to make sure that she saw her team play in person at least once.
She loves all the players, never misses a game, and she was just telling me this summer how much she loves it. I said, I got to get her a game. She's coming up on 100, this is a special event for her.
How excited are you today?
Oh, quite excited to be here, especially.
So exciting. The Heat ended up losing this game on Monday, but Paredes had the time of her life. She even got the chance to meet some of the players. A South Florida teenager is using his love for technology and pizza to make a difference. He created a new app to connect pizza shops with nonprofits to fight hunger. Pizza for Purpose allows restaurants to donate pizzas, and nonprofits then pick them up and distribute them to the community. Since its launch last year, hundreds of slices were donated.
Seeing firsthand how this app has helped people and seeing the line of people that are coming in to get the food here really makes me feel good and see the impact that my app is having.
He hopes to expand this app to bring this program across the region.
You don't have to be a certain age to make a difference.
A local girl turns her love for reading into a community treasure in this story to share.